All-Star Izzy. My apologies about the last live. We are live full in effect. It's your boy. We are here in this building, the sexiest man that touches playing. You already know what's up with it. You know what I mean? But tonight we're gonna be talking about. We're gonna have a player talk Tuesday. So all the players that are pulling in, shout out to those who are coming in, ladies. I see you joining in, men. What's happening? And shout out to those who are playing this backwards. My apologies. I don't know what has been happening on my end as far as what I've been just my lives. Maybe I gotta get in contact with YouTube support or something like that. But for some reason, sometimes it just shows up an error occurred, so I gotta start a whole new live. And now we're back again. Okay, we're gonna make sure we talk on this thing. We're gonna talk on player talk. We're gonna speak on all the stuff. Let me put this down. Let me put in capital. Ask me anything about dating. Ask me any advice. Ask me any advice you need on dating. Advice you need on dating. All right, hold up. All right, let's put it right here in the corner. Let's vibe with it. There we go. What's good, Jay? How you feeling? Great to see you. Hold on, let me put this right here. What's happening? How you feeling tonight? Put this a little bit like that, yeah. Anyways, we're gonna be talking tonight about, we're gonna be talking about how everybody wants to be benefited in dating. Okay, and like I was saying earlier, a little bit into the conversation I was having is a player talk, and one thing that I talk about what it means to be a player is to do things your own way, be honest with what you want, you know what I mean? And you create your life. You can only control what you can control. You can't control anybody else's decisions. You can't control nobody else's choices. It is up to you, and it'll always be up to you. And that's some player shit. You never get upset at women for doing what they do. You got to realize a lot of people just do things off of what they limit themselves on, what they're used to, and what has been a consistent thing in their life. I'm good, though. I'm good. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it. Just got done filming. Now we're here live having a player talk tonight. Gonna have a conversation on this shit. Because I should have had my link up. It would have been nice to hear your perspective on this. I low-key could do it, but I mean, I only got like 30 minutes really to be on live. But something that I've been realizing is that more than ever on a lot of shit is that people just want to be benefited. People want to benefit in date. Like everybody wants to be benefited. The man wants to be benefited. The woman wants to be benefited. Whether that's on thank you for pointing that out, Elena. Thank you. Yes, welcome to the All-Star Lifestyle community. Hit the like, subscribe, and enjoy your time. Well, if you want, Jay, I could potentially start a new one if you would like to come up and we can have a convo on it. But just for the player talk though, because I believe everybody wants to be benefited, even if it's a one-night stand. They want to have sex. People want to get their nut off, whatever the case is. They're benefiting, even if it's a genuine connection. People are still benefiting in that. People still want to benefit. They want to feel like there's a connection. I am benefiting in that. And two, this is the part where I'll talk about why men shouldn't get upset. See, this is some player shit. Players don't get upset at women for doing what they want to do. Meaning this, just because a woman, let's say, okay, it gets a little bit cold. If you aren't benefiting a woman, right? Meaning you're not benefiting her mentally, stimulating her physically, in all those type of ways, there's a good chance where she's not gonna be with you, and that's okay. You should be okay if that happens. And the reason why I say you should be okay if that happens is because you're just not benefiting her the way that she wants to be benefited. And there's nothing wrong. What gets wrong is when people are starting to, let's say this, when people start to be dishonest, when they start telling lies, when they start to persuade them, convince them to be with them. You should be with me because of this. No, you should stay around for this. Oh, how can I benefit you more? Now, there's nothing wrong with getting to know a woman's body. There's nothing wrong with getting to know what she likes. But you also got to realize she likes you because you guys are there together, whatever the case is. But just in general, if she's not benefiting from the situation, whether that's in a time, whether she's not benefiting physicals, maybe she's not orgasming as much, maybe she's not getting mentally stimulated, she could want to go to another man. And you got to realize, don't hate the player. Don't even hate the game. You just got to know that you just didn't benefit her as well as you could have. And it just is what it is. Learn what you could benefit in certain ways. And see, the thing is, everything is a benefit. Whether that's a simp that's benefiting her. That's why you should never tell a woman. And see, this is some real player shit, though. This is why we have Player Talk Tuesdays. Okay? You should never tell a woman to cut her roster off for you. Ever. And I'm going to explain myself. Okay? The reason why I say you should never tell women to cut off her roster, her simps, or whatever the fuck, is because they're benefiting her in other ways where you don't have to benefit her. If you're the guy who's smooth, you're smashing whatever, it's on your time, you're the guy that she likes the most out of most of them, right? Let's just say in that case. Let the others benefit her in a sense, okay, they can be a certain date, they can go on movie dates, they can get Ubers and rides. She can get money from these dudes. Now, I know it sounds cold, it sounds a little bit harsh. You're like, damn, that's tough, but it's true. So as that's happening, don't tell her to let all those dudes go for me. Let the losers go for me. No, you got to realize there's benefits happening to all of this. This even goes for if you're a man that has a roster, you have to be benefited. Yeah, so true, and that's okay. Exactly, it is okay. We should never be upset at women for having a roster. I don't get upset at women. If anything, I tell women to go be with other men. Literally. What's good? Elevators in the building. What's up, my dog? What's happening, man? But I'll tell women, you should go be with other men. Or I'll tell them, why don't you call him up to send you an Uber over here? Or why don't you tell him to give you some money so that way you can get us something. Oh, I like this little nice Reposado bottle. It's like $60. All right, go ahead and spend that money and come bring it over here to me. And they're going to do it. There's a benefit to all places. Now, see, the thing is that I'm low-key skipping steps because only a certain type of man can really say that to a woman and can get away with it. Because sometimes if you're just saying it out of the woodworks, but you were the guy that was mainly paying for the dates and spending money out there and, using your time. Because first of all, time is currency. Time is currency, bro. Time is currency. And you got to realize that when you're spending time doing with a woman, you're spending a lot of moments and a lot of attention. And see, this is where it places you in categories. But here's the thing. You know what? Even for the simps, it's actually benefiting the guys too. The simps, let me say that. It's benefiting simps because I noticed a lot of men, they actually just like simps specifically, okay? They mainly just like to have a woman's company and spend time with them. And they like the affection, the looking in the eyes, the locking the hands, maybe like the boyfriend and girlfriend energy. But even that right there is a benefit. That is, you guys are benefiting off of each other. So there's many ways to be benefited. And even you can be a guy who is having good sex with a woman, right? I've had this happen. It wasn't embarrassing for me. But because I was having good sex with her doesn't mean she's not going to go look for a boyfriend still. She's only getting benefited in the sexual way. Women want to get benefited when it comes to, mentally, commitment-wise, when it comes to physically, and even financially. Now that's another thing. What I want to bring awareness and attention for this is to make sure people understand, to be honest, is to not get upset when women feel some type of way about this. Facts, the only two hip. Facts. I got it all. But the thing is to not get upset when this happens. Because I have a video that I put out I think it was a couple of months ago. I said women who really love you will let you fuck other women. And they will not only allow you to fuck other women, they will buy you stuff to fuck other women. They will pay for your rides to go fuck other women. They go do all of that stuff. See, the only too hip, too trip, I could tell this is a guy who probably gets upset at women for doing what they do. Because, too, I realize there's a lot of men who know that they want to be benefited, but when when women aren't benefited fully by the man that they are with, they start to get insecure, they start to get upset, they start to feel some type of way, they start to get a little bit negative and pessimistic. And just as I can see a little bit the only too hip, it'd be like that sometimes with guys like yourself. I mean, I can only tell. Those who, project or say certain shit, they really have a story behind it. But just in general, too many guys in dating, modern dating, whatever the fuck we want to call it, just dating in general. It's not even modern dating. To be honest, all of this has been happening for a very long time. But the thing you gotta realize is like people will still want to benefit at a certain level for them, and you can't get upset. Facts. Love who you love. You see, but yeah, you right. No. I'm gonna make this known. You are right, Love Too Hip, or however the fuck you say your name, or something like that. Only Too Hip. I'll just call you Too Hip. You are right. Love who you love. But also, too, just know that the woman that you love could only be benefited by the love that you provide, but also want to be benefited in different ways. You see, but this is why a lot of people get cheated on. This is why there's a lot of infidelity when it comes into dating. This is why there's a lot of secrecy when it comes into private affairs. Why do you think? Because women want to be benefited in different ways, and also so do real men. And when I say real men, I'm saying, see this, and this is why guys start to cheat. This is why guys start to do certain things. This is why guys talk to other girls even though that they're married. They get into relationships, but they don't feel fulfilled. This is why they still keep people as their exes, their friends as their exes and shit like that. Because they're not fulfilled. People want to still be benefited in different ways. But that comes because you're not being honest with certain shit. No one's thinking too hard about anything. Honestly, I don't even think you're understanding with what I'm talking about. But that's fine. If it's not for you, just let it jet over your head and just continue to scroll and do what you need to do. All right, if it's not for you, then it's not for you. You don't gotta be disruptive. But regardless, though, and to be honest, a man who is able to benefit a woman fully is because she has to choose that she wants to be with this man when it comes to that. You can love her, but does she love you back? That's true. That's true. And see, to elevate, I like that you pointed out that question. Oh, that's a woman could benefit by the love that you give to her. See, but this is like a lot that I see. In my video that I just posted about why men who are successful with women need to stay low key. I was talking, and I'm gonna make a video on this in the future. But I was talking about how this woman she was in a relationship but wanted to go on break with a guy that she's been dating for years. She was dating this man for like 2-3 years, bro. And see, this was like years ago, right? And I was remembering to myself when I remember back in the past, I was like, what? Like, I remember when that situation happened, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, how can you ever get like that brain blast? You're like, wait, how can this happen? Y'all been together for a while. Like, how can, this happen? So, but instead of fighting it with my emotions, I learned to listen. I'm like listening to what's really happening. She's benefited by the love that he provides her. It could be the stability, it could be the finances. They're going on trips, bro. They're going like Puerto Rico and Paris and shit. But she was being benefited by those things, but the guy was not being able to benefit her sexually, mentally stimulating her and all that type of stuff. So the thing is, like, when she love you back, women do love those men, but they love them only for the benefits of that. Hey, Too Hip, if you say something disruptive one more time, we're gonna get you up out of here. If you don't got a question about your life, your dating or anything, then we're gonna get you up out of here, because I don't know what the hell you're talking about. But it's interesting too. So this is how I know a woman can genuinely love a man, though. This is how I know a woman could genuinely love a man. I believe a woman can genuinely love a man when it's only on his terms. Meaning this is what we're doing. We're gonna work our way up to this point, and this is what you're gonna want to be a part of. And if you don't want that, then you're not gonna be a part of my life. And it is what it is. Because see, this is why women want to get benefits from other men. Because the guy that they're settling with, which is really what it is, and we gotta call it how it is. The guy that they're settling with is the guy that they had to. This is my best option. This is my best option. Yeah, sure. He may not. Hold on, give me a second. No one finna listen to you. No one finna listen to this dude. Quit being disruptive, bro. Guys like that need to ask about dating. I don't know what it is about them. Ask about dating, bro. I know your life is fucked. Anyways. But the women would just be like, this is my best option. He may not mentally or physically do it for me all the time, but I know at least he will be there consistently. And see, what's crazy, that's not what real love is, obviously. But women love that out of men. Women like the idea more of having a man around their finger than the who the man is himself. Women love but hate the man who is unattainable. The guy who thinks outside the box, the bad boy, the whatever, the asshole, all that type of shit. They hate that guy because he lives on his own rules, but they love him because he lives on his own rules. But that's the guy women want, not because he's this bad boy and whatever the case is. It's because he says this is my way or it's the highway. Now we don't have to be disruptive, nor we got to be a bit. We don't got to be aggressive or angry about why this needs to be my way, the highway. It's just either you choose or you don't. And if you do, then you do. But if you don't, then you need to go. Right? You just shoot. You know. So my thing is, I want men to understand on some player shit, bro. Just on some real player shit, bro. Listen, if you're young, it don't matter. 20s, 30s, 18 plus. 18 plus until fucking 100 years old. I don't really care. You got to realize, though, there's still going to be people that are going to want to be benefited by other people. Now, see, this doesn't mean that you aren't complete. This does not mean that you aren't whole. But if you want to have successful results, if you want to have women that actually want to be with you, it has to be on your terms. Why does it need to be on your terms? Because she has to want to be a part of your lifestyle. She has to want to be a part of your aesthetic. She wants to be a part of it. You're not forcing, you're not controlling, you're telling her this is either this or that. And most men, I give it 90% of men, in dating, when they get into these detrimental relationships is what I like to call it, they're convincing the woman to be with them. Be in my lifestyle. Be a part of me. Be a part of what this could be. Be a part of this fantasy. Be a part of what our life are and this and that. This is why women start to benefit or want other benefits outside of the relationship. That's why there's those private affairs I spoke on. That's why there's that terminology of work husband and work wife. But why? Because these people are getting with people that only benefit them in certain ways. But truthfully, in the grand scheme of it all, women are only going to be, you can only be benefited by yourself wholly. Like, that's just how it's going to come down to. You can only benefit yourself as yourself. There's no other person that can complete you. You are the completeness for you, but you got to figure that out and find different ways to get into that avenue when it comes into it. Other than that, these people, nah. It has to benefit her the best. And as a man, as you're choosing the woman who's going to fit into your lifestyle, you got to realize this is who's going to benefit me the best in my lifestyle. This is going to be best for me. This woman, okay, I like her personality. She listens. She does well for herself. Okay, this and that, but she's communicative. I like that. That works well for me. But again, it has to be on your terms. Too many people out here getting upset, getting sad about what's happening. To be honest, you just got to look in the mirror. And like I said before, the scariest thing for a lot of men or people in general is to look themselves in the mirror and see who they really are. And see, it's all been me the whole time. Whether that's accountability, whether that's me making my choices, whether that's me creating my life, I have to choose this for myself. This is what it comes down to. It's always me at the end of the day. So, yes, it can sound a bit scary. You may be like, damn, well, women ain't this, women ain't this. Same thing for men, though. When men ain't shit, men ain't this. For a lot of those other men, it's not. Because if you got a lot, you can't, the more you lie to yourself about being benefited in different ways, the more you start to create lies. You start to be secretive. You start to be manipulative, which people think a player is, and that's not really what a player is. A player is someone who's honest and gets what he wants on his rules. What I say goes because she wants it to go this way, because she wants to be with me. And that's player. Nah. But this is why we got to bring the awareness of what benefiting means and why people want to be benefited in dating. Because it works well for them. But people want to be not benefited just in dating, but in life in general. The best successful opportunities, the highest pay raise. They want to be in higher positions. They want to, or maybe they want to be in a job that doesn't pay necessarily well, but you don't have to do too much. And it's just passive income at that point. People want to be benefited at the place that they can only see themselves at. or want to be at, what works best for them. Because they can wake up 2 years later. Okay, now I actually, instead of just sitting around passively, I'd rather be a manager of a lot of people and run a 6-figure business and get a 7-figure salary, whatever the case is. I want a new benefit, and this will always happen. And it's nothing to get upset about. It's a hard pill to swallow for a lot of people who are stuck in their egos, or they feel some type of way. They're like, man, I need this. Women validate me for who the man I am, or vice versa for the ladies that feel some type of way about that are stuck in their ways too. There's always gonna be a wave of it, and there's nothing to be upset about. It is only to understand and be like, well, this is exactly what's always going to happen. And as the waves go high and low, and as the waves keep occurring, one thing that I need to do for myself is, if I do want women in my life, if I want cooperative women who are going to listen to me, what I got to do is be on my shit, on my best behavior. That don't mean you got to get in relationships really fast. That just means I'm going to get and receive women who are going to be on their best behavior when they're with me, because those are the women who want to be with me. So it is like the I like who likes me type of thing, but still see what benefit they're really looking for. That's going to be my time, you guys. I just wanted to make a PSA. I'm more than likely going to be live again around 11 p.m. tonight. New video out. Go ahead and check it out. Why men who are successful with women need to stay low key. To shine within and shine without. Thank you guys for your time. Authenticity is the new sexy. I'm going to talk to you guys next time. We out this thing. Peace.